Hi, welcome all to the online classes for engineering physics and BTech agriculture post semester. In the last lectures, we had started with diodes, the working of diodes, diode in the reverse bias and in the forward bias, VI characteristics of the diode, junction capacitance, that is transition capacitance and diffusion capacitance in the PN junction diode. And lastly, we had started with the resistance in PN junction diode, and now we are going to start with forward resistance in continuation to that. So, for my previous topics, please refer to the previous lecture. In continuation to this topic, so forward resistance is a resistance offered by the PN junction diode when it is forward biased. In a forward bias PN junction diode, two type of resistance takes place based on the voltage applied. The two types of resistance takes place in forward bias diodes are static resistance or DC resistance, and second is dynamic resistance or AC resistance. Static resistance or DC resistance when forward bias voltage is applied to a diode that is connected to a DC circuit, a DC or direct current flows through the diode. Direct current or electric current is nothing but the flow of charge carriers, free electrons or holes through a conductor. In DC circuit, charge carriers flow steadily in single direction of forward direction. The resistance offered by a PN junction diode when it is connected to a DC circuit is called static resistance. Static resistance is also defined as the ratio of DC voltage applied across a diode to the DC current or diode direct current flowing through the diode. The resistance offered by the PN junction diode under forward bias condition is denoted as RF. So RF is given as DC voltage upon DC current. Dynamic resistance or AC resistance. The dynamic resistance is the persistence or resistance offered by the PN junction diode when AC voltage is applied. So this is the basic difference between the dynamic resistance and the static resistance. That is, static resistance is the resistance when DC current is applied, or dynamic resistance is the resistance when AC voltage is applied. When forward bias voltage is applied to a diode that is connected to AC circuit, and AC or alternating current flows through the diode. In AC circuit, charge carriers or electric current does not flow in single direction. It flows in both forward and reverse direction. So dynamic resistance is also defined as the ratio of change in voltage to the change in electric current. It is denoted by RF, change in voltage to the change in current. Reverse resistance. Reverse resistance is the resistance offered by PN junction diode when it is reverse biased. When reverse bias voltage is applied to the PN junction diode, the width of the depletion region increases. This depletion region acts as a barrier to the electric current. Hence, a large amount of electric current is blocked by the depletion region. Thus, reverse bias diode offer large resistance to the electric current. The resistance offered by the reverse bias PN junction diode is very large compared to the forward bias diode. The reverse resistance is in the range of mega ohms. As we know that the current is almost drops to zero in the reverse biases, so we can say that it is the range of mega ohms. Thank you. This is all about the diode. Now we are going to start with the new topic, that is types of diode. Subject applied electronics and instrumentation. BTech Agriculture, fourth semester. Types of diode. These are the various types of diodes: Zener diode, avalanche diode, photodiode, light emitting diode, laser diode, tunnel diode, Schottky diode, and Bracta diode. So we are starting with the first diode, that is Zener diode. What is Zener diode? How the Zener diode works? What are the advantages of Zener diode, disadvantages, and what are the application? What are the various applications where Zener diodes use? A Zener diode is a special type of device designed to operate in the Zener breakdown region. Zener diode acts like normal PN junction diode under forward bias condition. When forward bias voltage is applied to the Zener diode, it allows a large amount of electric current and blocks only the small amount of electric current. Zener diode is heavily doped. This is the difference. A heavily doped PN junction diode is known as the Zener diode. Hence, it has a very thin depletion region. Therefore, Zener diodes allows more electric current than the normal PN junction diode. So, the concept is very same. If I took the concept from avalanche breakdown or the Zener breakdown, so the Zener diode is on the basis of that, and the basis of the Zener diode is the heavily doped diodes are generally known as Zener diodes. Whereas lightly doped diodes are known as avalanche diodes. We will see in the coming slides. Hence, it is a very thin depletion region. Therefore, Zener diodes allow more electric current than a normal PN junction diode. Obviously, Zener diode definition. A Zener diode is a PN junction semiconductor device designed to operate in the reverse breakdown region. The breakdown, the breakdown voltage of a Zener diode is carefully set by controlling the doping level during the manufacture. The name Zener diode was named after the American physicist Clarence Melvin Zener, who discovered the Zener effect. Zener diodes are the basic building block of electronic circuits. They are widely used in all kinds of electronic equipments. Zener diodes are mainly used to protect electronic circuits from overvoltage. Breakdown in Zener diode. There are two types of reverse breakdown regions in Zener diode: avalanche breakdown and Zener breakdown. Zener breakdown occurs at low reverse voltage, whereas avalanche breakdown occurs at high reverse voltage. Zener breakdown occurs in Zener diode because they have very thin depletion region. Breakdown region is the normal operating region for a Zener diode. Zener breakdown occurs in Zener diodes with Zener voltage less than 6 volt. Symbol of Zener diode. Symbol of Zener diode. The symbol of Zener diode is shown in the figure below. The Zener diode consists of two terminals, cathode and anode. Zener diode symbol. In Zener diode, electric current flows from both anode to cathode and cathode to anode. The symbol of Zener diode is similar to the normal PN junction diode, but the band edge is on the vertical bar. VI characteristic of Zener diode. The VI characteristic of Zener diode is shown in the below figure. When forward bias voltage is applied to the Zener diode, it works like a normal diode. However, when reverse bias voltage is applied to the Zener diode, it works in different manner. When reverse bias voltage is applied to a Zener diode, it allows only a small amount of leakage current until the voltage is less than Zener voltage. When reverse voltage applied to the Zener diode reaches Zener voltage, it starts allowing large amount of electric current. At this point, a small increase in reverse voltage will rapidly increase the electric current. Because of this sudden rise in electric current, breakdown occurs, called Zener breakdown. However, Zener diode exhibits a controlled breakdown that does damage the device. The Zener breakdown voltage of the Zener diode depends on the amount of doping applied. If the diode is heavily doped, Zener breakdown occurs at low reverse voltage. On the other hand, if the diode is lightly doped, the Zener breakdown occurs at high reverse voltage. So the Zener diodes are available with Zener voltage in the range of 1.8 volt to 400 volt. My God. So big range is provided depending upon the uses. Advantages of Zener diode. Power dissipation capacity is very high. Having high accuracy, small in size, and low cost. Applications of Zener diode. It is normally used as voltage reference. Zener diodes are used in voltage stabilizers or shunt regulators. Zener diodes are used in switching operations. Zener diodes are used in clipping and clamping circuits. Zener diodes are used in various protection circuits. Now, second, the photodiode. A photodiode is a PN junction or PIN semiconductor device that consumes light energy to generate electric current. It also sometimes referred as photodetector or photosensor or light detector. Photodiodes are specially designed to operate in reverse bias conditions. Reverse bias means that P side of the photodiode is connected to the negative terminal of the battery and N side is connected to the positive terminal of the battery. Photodiode is very sensitive to light. So when light or photon falls on the photodiode, it easily converts light into electric current. Solar cell is also known as large area photodiode because it converts solar energy or light energy into electric energy. However, solar cell works on a bright light. The construction and working of photodiode is almost similar to the normal PN junction diode. PIN P-type intrinsic and N-type structure is mostly used for constructing the photodiodes. Photodiode or basically the PIN diode are the same structure, mostly used for constructing the photodiode instead of PN junction structure because the PIN structure provides fast response time. PIN photodiodes are mostly used in high speed applications. In a normal PN junction diode, a voltage is used as the energy source to generate electric current, whereas in photodiode, both voltage and light are used as energy source to generate electric current. The symbol of photodiode. The symbol of photodiode is similar to the normal PN junction diode except that it contains arrows striking the diode. The arrows striking the diode represent the light or photons. Objectives and limitations of photodiode. Photodiode should be always operate in reverse bias condition. Applied reverse bias voltage should be low, generate low noise, high gain, high response speed, high sensitivity to light, low sensitivity to temperature, low cost, small in size, and long lifetime. Photodiode applications. The various applications of photodiodes are 3D players, smoke detectors, space applications. Photodiodes are used in medical applications such as computed tomography, instruments to analyze samples, and pulse oximeters. Photodiodes are used for optical communications. Photodiodes are used to measure extremely low light intensities. Performance parameters of photodiode. Responsivity. Responsivity is the ratio of generated photocurrent to the incident light power. Quantum efficiency. Quantum efficiency is defined as the ratio of the number of electron hole pairs, photoelectrons, generated to the incident photons. Response time or transit time. The response time of a photodiode is defined as the time it takes for light generated charge carriers to cross the PN junction. How photodiode works? In normal PN junction diode allows a small amount of electric current under reverse bias condition. To increase the electric current under reverse bias condition, we need to generate more minority carriers. The external reverse voltage applied to the PN junction diode will supply energy to the minority carriers but not increase the population of minority carriers. However, small number of minority carriers are generated due to external reverse bias voltage. The minority carriers generated at N side or P side will recombine in the same material before they cross the junction. As a result, no electric current flows due to these charge carriers. For example, the minority carriers generated in the p-type material experience a repulsive force from the external voltage and try to move towards N side. However, before crossing the junction, the free electrons recombine with the holes within the same material. As a result, no electric current flows. To overcome this problem, we need to apply external energy directly to the depletion region to generate more charge carriers. In a special type of diode called photodiode is designed to generate more number of charge carriers in depletion region. In photodiode, we use light or photons as the external energy to generate charge carriers in the depletion region. Types of photodiode. The working operation of all types of photodiode is same. Different types of photodiodes are developed based on specific application. For example, pin photodiodes are developed to increase the response time Pin photodiodes are used where high response speed is needed. The different types of photodiodes are p-n junction photodiode, pin photodiode, avalanche photodiode. Among all the three photodiodes, p-n junction and pin photodiode are most widely used. Pin photodiode. Pin photodiodes are developed from the p-n junction photodiodes. The operation of pin photodiode is similar to the p-n junction photodiode, except that the pin photodiode is manufactured differently to improve its performance. The pin photodiode is developed to increase the minority carrier current and response speed. Pin photodiodes generate more electric current than the p-n junction photodiodes with the same amount of light energy. Layers of pin photodiode. A p-n junction photodiode is made up of two layers, namely p-type and n-type semiconductor, whereas pin photodiode is made up of three layers, namely p-type, n-type, and intrinsic semiconductors sandwiched between p-n and n. The pin photodiode, an additional layer called intrinsic semiconductor, is placed between the p-type and n-type semiconductor to increase the minority carrier current. Pin photodiode operation. A pin photodiode is made of p region and n region separated by highly resistive intrinsic layer. The intrinsic layer is placed between the p region and n region to increase the width of the depletion region. The p-type and n-type semiconductors are heavily doped. Therefore, the p region and n region of the pin photodiode has large number of charge carriers to carry electric current. However, these charge carriers will not carry electric current under reverse bias condition. On the other hand, intrinsic semiconductor is an undoped semiconductor material. Therefore, intrinsic region does not have charge carriers to conduct electric current. Under reverse bias condition, the majority charge carriers in N region and P region moves away from the junction. As a result, the width of the depletion region becomes very wide. Therefore, majority carriers will not carry electric current under reverse bias condition. However, the minority carriers will carry electric current because they experience repulsive force from the external electric field. In pin photodiode, the charge carriers generated in the depletion region carry most of the electric current. The charge carriers generated in the P region or in N region carry only a small electric current. When light or photon energy is applied to the pin photodiode, most part of the energy is absorbed by the intrinsic or depletion region because of the wide depletion width. As a result, a large number of electron hole pairs are generated. Next. Free electrons generated in intrinsic region move towards N side, where a hole generated in intrinsic region move towards P side. The free electrons and holes move from one region to another region, carry electric current. When free electrons and holes reach N region and P region, they are attracted towards the positive and negative terminals of the battery. So, pin photodiode block diagram or the symbolic diagram, schematic presentation of the pin photodiode is shown. Incident photons and the way the electrons and holes, free electrons and free valence electrons or holes, moves up and contribute in the conduction of current. So free electrons generated in intrinsic region move towards N side, where a hole generated in intrinsic region move towards P side. The free electrons and holes move from one region to another region, carry electric current. When free electrons and holes reach an N region, P region, they are attracted towards the positive and negative terminals of the battery. Advantages of pin photodiode: wide bandwidth, high quantum efficiency, high response speed. Now, LED, light emitting diode. What is light? Before going into how LED works, let us first take a brief look at the light itself. Since ancient times, man has obtained light from various sources like sun rays, candles, and lamps. In 1879, Thomson Edison invented the incandescent bulb, light bulb. In the light bulb, an electric current is passed through a filament inside the bulb. When sufficient current is passed through the filament, it gets heated up and emits light. The light emitted by the filament is the result of electrical energy converted into heat energy, which in turn changes into light energy. Unlike the light bulb, in which electrical energy first convert into heat energy, then electrical energy can also be directly converted into light energy. In light emitting diode LEDs, electrical energy flowing through it is directly converted into light energy. Light is a type of energy that can be released by an atom. Light is made up of many small particles called photons. Photons have energy and momentum but no mass. Atoms are the basic building blocks of matter. Every object in the universe is made up of atoms. Atoms are made up of small particles such as electrons, protons, and neutrons. Electrons are negatively charged, protons are positively charged, and neutrons have no charge. The attractive force between the protons and neutrons make them stick together to form nucleus. Neutrons have no charge, hence the overall charge of the nucleus is positive. What is light emitting diode or LEDs? Light emitting diodes, LEDs are most widely used semiconductor diodes among all the different types of semiconductor diodes available today. Light emitting diodes emit either visible light or invisible infrared light when forward biased. The LEDs which emit invisible infrared light are used for remote controls. A light emitting diode is an optical semiconductor device which emits light when voltage is applied. In other words, LED is an optical semiconductor device that converts electrical energy into light energy. These are the symbolic representation of LEDs, and they work on the DC applied voltage. So it is very important to connect the LEDs in a proper connection. If you observe the legs of the LEDs, one leg is shorter and one is bigger. These legs difference is just to connect the LEDs in forward biasing. So the shorter is representing the LED terminal to be connected with negative potential, and the longer will connect it to the positive potential. When light emitting diode is forward biased, free electrons in the conduction band recombines with the holes in the valence band and the release energy in the form of light. The process of emitting light in response to the strong electric field or flow of electric current is called electroluminescence. A normal PN junction diode allows electric current only in one direction. It allows electric current when forward biased and does not allow electric current when reverse biased. The normal PN junction diode operates only in forward bias condition. Like to the normal PN junction diode, LEDs also operate only in forward bias condition. To create an LED, to create an LED, the N-type material should be connected to negative terminal of the battery, and P-type material should be connected to the positive terminal of the battery. In other words, N-type material should be negatively charged and the P-type material should be positively charged. The construction of LED is similar to the normal PN junction diode, except the gallium, phosphorus, and arsenic materials are used for the construction instead of silicon or germanium metal. So the LEDs are nothing; they are the normal diodes, but the construction of LEDs is with the help of some other materials like gallium, phosphorus, and arsenic materials. In normal PN junction diode, silicon is most widely used because it is less sensitive to the temperature. Also it is allows electric current efficiently without any damage. In some cases, germanium is used for constructing diodes. However, silicon or germanium diode do not emit energy in the form of light. Instead, they emit energy in the form of heat. The silicon or germanium is not used for constructing LEDs. How light emitting diode works? Light emitting diode works on only in forward bias condition. When light emitting diode LED is forward biased, the free electrons from N side and the holes from P side are pushed towards the junction. When free electrons reaches the junction or depletion region, some of the free electrons recombine with the holes in the positive ions. We know the positive ions have less number of electrons than protons. Therefore, they are ready to accept electrons. Thus, free electrons recombine with holes in depletion region. In the similar way, holes from P side recombine with electrons in the depletion region. Because of the recombination of free electrons and holes in the depletion region, the width of the depletion region decreases. As a result, more charge carrier will cross the PN junction. As a result, more charge carriers will cross the PN junction. Some of the charge carriers from P side and N side will cross the PN junction before they recombine in the depletion region. For example, some free electrons from N-type semiconductors cross the PN junction and recombine with the holes in P-type semiconductor. In a similar way, holes from P-type semiconductor crosses the PN junction and recombines with free electrons in the N-type semiconductor. Thus, recombination takes place in depletion region as well as in P-type and N-type semiconductors. The free electrons in conduction band releases energy in the form of light before they recombine with holes in valence band. In silicon and germanium diodes, most of the energy released in the form of heat and emitted light is too small. However, in materials like gallium arsenide and gallium phosphide, the emitted photons have sufficient energy to produce intense visible light. How LED emits light? When external voltage is applied to the valence electrons, they gain sufficient energy and breaks the bonding with the parent atom. The valence electron which breaks bonding with the parent atom are called free electrons. When the valence electron left the parent atom, they leave an empty space in the valence shell at which valence electrons left. This empty space in the valence shell is called a hole. So the process of light emission in LEDs, free electrons jumping from conduction band to valence band to recombine with holes and emitted photons or emitted light. So the recombination process release energy of photon in the terms of photon of energy h nu. The energy level of all the valence electrons is almost same. Grouping the range of energy levels of all the valence electrons is called valence band. In the similar way, energy level of all the free electrons is almost same. Grouping the range of energy levels of all the free electrons is called the conduction band. The energy level of free electrons in conduction band is high compared to the energy level of the valence electrons or holes in the valence band. Therefore, free electrons in conduction band need to lose energy in order to recombine with the holes in the valence band. The free electrons in the conduction band do not stay for long period. After a short period, the free electrons lose energy in the form of light and recombine with the holes in the valence band. Each recombination of charge carrier will emit some light energy. The energy loss of free electrons or the intensity of emitted light is depend on the forbidden gap or energy gap between conduction band and valence band. The semiconductor device with large forbidden gap emits high intensity light, whereas the semiconductor device with small forbidden gap emits low intensity light. In other words, the brightness of the emitted light is depends on the material used for constructing LED and forward current flow through the LED. In normal silicon diodes, the energy gap between conduction band and valence band is less. Hence, the electrons fall only a short distance. As a result, low energy photons are released. These low energy photons have low frequency, which is invisible to human eye. In LEDs, the energy gap between conduction band and valence band is very large. So the free electrons in LEDs have greater energy than the free electrons in silicon diodes, and the free electrons fall to a large distance. As a result, high energy photons are released. These high energy photons have high frequency, which is visible to human eye. Light emitting diode symbol or LED symbol. The symbol of LED is similar to the normal PN junction diode, except that it contains arrow pointing away from the diode, indicating the light is being emitted by the diode. LEDs are available in different colors. The most common colors of LEDs are orange, yellow, green, and red. LED constructions. P-type and N-type in between active region is there, and the recombination takes place in the active region and results in emitting the light. One of the methods used to construct LEDs is to deposit three layers semiconductor layers on the substrate. The three semiconductor layers deposited on the substrate are N-type semiconductor, P-type semiconductor, active region. Active region is present in between the N-type and P-type semiconductor layers. When LED is forward biased, free electrons from N-type semiconductor and holes from P-type semiconductor are pushed towards the active region. When free electrons from N side and holes from P side recombine with the opposite charge carriers, free electrons with holes or holes with free electrons in active region, and invisible or visible light is emitted. In LED, most of the charge carriers recombine at the active region, therefore most of the light is emitted by the active region. The active region is also called as depletion region. Visible LEDs and invisible LEDs. LEDs are mainly classified into two types. Visible LEDs and invisible LEDs. Visible LED is a type of LED that emits visible light. These LEDs are mainly used for display or illumination. When LEDs are used individually without photosensors, invisible LEDs is a type of LED that emits invisible light, that is infrared light. These LEDs are mainly used with photosensors such as photodiodes. What determines the color of an LED? The material used for constructing LED determines its color. In other words, the wavelength or color of the emitted light depends on the forbidden gap or energy gap of the material. Different material emit different colors of light. Gallium arsenide LED emit red and infrared light. Gallium nitride LED emit bright blue light. Yttrium, aluminum, garnet LEDs emit white light. Gallium phosphide LEDs emit red, yellow, and green light. Aluminum gallium nitride LEDs emit ultraviolet light. Aluminum gallium phosphide LEDs emit green light. Advantages of LED. The brightness of a light emitted by LED depends on the current flowing through the LED. Hence, the brightness of LED can be easily controlled by varying the current. This makes possible to operate LED display under different ambient lighting conditions. Light emitting diodes consume low energy. LEDs are very cheap and readily available. LEDs are light in weight, smaller in size. LEDs have a longer lifetime. LEDs operate very fast. They can turn on and off in a very less time. LEDs do not contain toxic material like mercury, which is used in fluorescent lamps. LEDs can emit different colors of light. Disadvantages of LED. LEDs need more power to operate than normal PN junction diodes. Luminance efficiency of LED is low. Applications of LED. The various applications of LED are follows: burglar alarm system, calculators, picture phones, traffic signals, digital computers, multimeters, microprocessor, digital watches, automotive heat lamps, camera flashes, aviation lighting. So, this is all about the LEDs or light emitting diode. Now, before starting to the next type of diode, we just go through the some questionnaires or quizzes. In the next class, we are going to start with the laser diode, and how the laser construction of laser diode is formed. What are the working principle of a laser diode, and advantages and disadvantages, and what are the various process involved in laser diode construction. So, thank you. Thank you all for today's lecture. In next lecture, we are going to start with laser diode. Thank you.